Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode on this public investment playlist series. If you follow this channel for quite some time, you know what we're doing. I started this portfolio back in January of 2022, started from scratch, from zero, started contributing 40 euros per month, and then each month I share how the portfolio is going. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, but the strategy is always long-term, dollar cost average every single month. I apologize for these episodes for the quality to be a bit lower. Recently moved jobs and I'm a bit traveling all over the place, and I didn't bring my camera because I really need my luggage space, so I'm using one phone, and in the other one I'll be sharing the Trading 212 app, which is the broker that I'm using for this series. So let's open the app. As you can see here, the total value of the portfolio. This is including cash. Sorry, they always change the dashboard here, but let's open here. Okay, so right now in stocks, we have 5,452 euros with an unrealized result of plus 29.5%. So this means if I were to sell everything today, I would have a profit of 1,200 euros. Not bad. In previous episodes we were in 40, but recently with all that's been going on with the world, namely with tariffs and very uncertain and very unstable geopolitical situation everywhere, without going into much detail, so the stocks naturally and the markets retract, and right now the performance is down a bit. Still very good, very positive. I wish if this was like this for the rest of my life, I'm sure I'll be in a very good position. Still, this also presents a very good opportunity for me to invest in my portfolio, because as always, even if the market is up, the market is down, in the long term, I believe things will be better than they are today. Sometimes you'll be investing at the market top, other times you'll be investing market bottom, but it will average out eventually. So the majority of my portfolio, as you can see, 24% is going to a focus ETF, an information technology one, the QDVE. Then 20% is going to the S&P 500. Then my third biggest stock right now is Alibaba. Chinese stock with represents 8% of my portfolio, and the performance is 63%, so not bad. But if you follow this channel, there's been a long time, for very long months, where these positions were negative, so it's very cool to see that. And in the future I will look back and see, oh, this was a good decision, this was a bad decision. Some companies will exist, others will not. Still, the fourth position is another ETF, a more broader one, the VWCE. So this is one that comprises like over 3,000 companies actually, so it's more conservative. So the big chunk of my portfolio, over 50%, is in ETFs. And then I have this, oh, I apologize, I have these individual stocks, another Chinese stock, then Google, really good, Walt Disney, Meta Platforms. I entered Meta Platforms in a really good time. So this is every downturn you have a good opportunity. Of course, I have here other positions that are not doing so well, and I even have here a position in Farfetch that went completely to zero. So there's always risk involved. Always invest money that you can afford to lose, and just because you see me doing something doesn't necessarily mean it's the best one for you. We are all different, we are all in different situations, we all have different risk appetites, and yeah, let's see. I already created the pie for this month, and so let's go here to holdings and edit pie. I will be contributing 20% to the focus ETF. That will be my biggest position. It's still on my portfolio. This is the chunk of it. Then I have 15% for the more general one, 10% to Disney, 10% to Google, 10% for Nike, 10% for the S&P 500, 5% for Alibaba, 5% for Adobe, 5% for Intel. These stocks are down, so I'm dollar cost averaging down on their entry price, 5% for JD.com, and 5% for ASML. This is giving here an average annual return of 13%, but remember, past performance isn't indicative of future results, and this doesn't necessarily mean it will be this. If it is, great. If it is higher, even best. Confirm. And as I mentioned before, and before I contribute to portfolio, you can see here from the history, not always has been like this, but the first buy I contributed 40 euros, right now it's worth 54, and you have here how this has been evolving throughout time, and you also have my Instagram page that you can follow, cadete.invest, and you will see there more the evolution. So I'm using this time, today I left work a bit earlier and the market still open. It's at the end of the month. I will try to keep this series consistent and every month bring you an episode, but if I cannot, well, it's not the end of the world. Remember, investing is all about making your life better, and if you're adding another component of stress, well, maybe at least this is my take on life, but don't trust your random guy on YouTube anyway. So let's go, invest, bam. I was contributing 250 per month. This month I'm gonna shift to 300 since the market's having a downturn, and if this continues for the next couple of months, maybe I'll be contributing a bit more, and we will see. Remember, I have a really long term horizon, and before I continue, I'll just show you here 30 euros Disney, 30 euros Google, 15 Alibaba. This is like the split, and I'll put here next, and okay, confirm. Actually, let me just go back. This is okay, manual, okay, 300, okay, bam, bam, okay, some of them are not to be open, and this is executing as we speak. So remember, I have a really long time horizon, so I'm not gonna need this money for tomorrow or to pay my rent, or hopefully I always recommend for you to have an emergency fund. And with the money that's left on the side, right now I don't have kids, so I don't have a big expense. You have this emergency fund on the side, and then all the money that I have on the leftover, I do for my own expenses, travel, experiences. I always value that, and you will see from the vlogs that are here in this channel, this is the biggest time capsule I have in terms of investing in my trips, or at least I try to do so. And I have a really long-term horizon, so if the next 5 years the market really takes a downturn, I can wait, not the end of the world. I'll keep consistent with the strategy, and we will see how it will turn out. Maybe I will stop doing YouTube videos, maybe I continue, maybe I think this is a good decision, maybe all goes down to zero, maybe we have hyperinflation. But this is why you also need to diversify, so not be invested completely into one currency, one stock market. Remember, this is just my public investment portfolio, the one I created from scratch, because I think it's gonna be really cool to show throughout the years how this has been evolved, and not when you already have something built. Thank you all for watching this episode. I'm trying to keep it quick, short. I'll have to edit, and then I need to rest a bit because I'm feeling extremely tired and I still need to eat. So let's see how the portfolio is looking up. So this is considering cash, and sorry because they changed the interface of the app quite a few times, and I only come here basically once a month to do this episode. So right now the total value is at 5,750. Of course, the return has diminished a bit because just entered the market. It didn't give any time for it to fluctuate up or down, and as I do bigger contributions over the next couple of months and years, this is also have an impact. Thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.